And welcome to another episode of Risky Relaxation Philosophical Topics with your host, myself, Risky. Hello, how are you? Today's topic is reflections and hindsight. That's right. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Now, this topic came to me from the last 2 days where I think I fell off track from philosophical debates, well, not debates, but my topics and lessons at hand kind of fell back into slight drive. Hey, buddy. How you doing, Kaparo? And I'm going to get back to it. And I think one of my biggest problems was having people on panel slightly. Yeah, I'm aware. And like I said, I'm trying to get away from certain communities, and I can't do that if I invite people, albeit kind of nice people from certain communities, and I can't do that, whether it be either really, really negative ones or the ones I find kind of positive, which still aren't conducive to philosophical topics of mine. And I think we've seen that yesterday and the day before. Just showing. I think aside from two people that I had, and those two people are welcome on my panel. However, the rest aren't, and no one really is from here on out. I should have kept it like I was doing, or it was just myself. I am going to drop the link, but this honestly is for nobody at all. The only people that I will allow on panel are the ones I actually sent a message to, which I talk to on a regular. So if I didn't say it was okay for you to come on panel, you are not welcome on panel. And even one of the more intellectual people that I know, that I find intellectual, didn't even stay on philosophical topics that I tried to. That person kept on going and talking about other things that were not philosophical, even though that person is. Sorry, Captain America, I actually have real life things to do, and that's why I kept pushing the time back. I should have known better and set it for a later time. I got a little hasty and set it at 12, where I probably should have set it at 2, but I rushed what I was doing to do this at 1. And so, yes. And the topic of reflections and hindsight came from the last 2 days. And that is one moment. I'm going to drop the link, and this is for nobody in the chat that I see. This is for somebody if they pop up. And so no, I will not be adding anyone that's currently in the chat. So please do not ask. And don't even hit the link, because it's not for you. All right. If I see that person in chat, they know who they are. They can hit the link, but it is definitely not for anyone that is currently in the chat. Anyways, so let's move on. So, reflecting in hindsight, well, it's not for you anyways, Kaparo, so, don't bother. It wasn't an invitation, Kaparo, not at all. That wasn't an invite. You're not welcome on my channel. No offense, but you're better in chat. You make your funny jokes on there. Captain America, you don't really come on panels, and you've been on my panel once in the entire year. Let's see here. So reflecting, I had one person out of the not counting the 2 people that are invited, I had, I think, 4 people on my panel in the last 2 days, and only one of them was actually relatively kind of intellectual, but even that person kept veering off and even told me That person was tired of speaking about philosophy. Well, guess what? That's what my channel is. So that's the only content I'm trying to push. If you do not like philosophy, this is not the channel for you. This is not a drama channel. It's not a beef sector channel. It is only for philosophy purposes only. And even in the chill streams, it still can get philosophical and still will always remain positive. No, I feel good. I was just reflecting in hindsight, and I did have to take 2 wrenches away from people and hide certain people, 2 people from the comment section, unfortunately. But they have proven to be not as mature. They are kind of immature, and I did not like that decision that I had to make, but sometimes tough decisions have to be made. And they'll probably find out once they come in my chat. And when they start typing, they will realize that they're hidden and the wrench is gone. And over time, I will probably not give out any more wrenches, but I will actually take wrenches away from people. No, Kapara, actually, you can see you're not hidden from chat. You're not who I'm talking about. So that is part of myself reflecting, but we can talk about other people. And it's not just about me, it's about, in general, about people reflecting. And hindsight is always 2020, what we can do to improve our lives, looking back at our past mistakes, looking at yesteryear or yesterday, and learning from the past, not dwelling in the past, but learning from it. So let's speak about that. Let's talk about it. Reflections and hindsight. That was the introduction. So that is what the new year is supposed to resemble: a better you, a new you, and a little bit of reflecting, a little bit of thinking, self-betterment. How can you improve? How can you improve oneself? And to that person, you know who you are. The link is in chat. You can hit the link if you would like to drop the link again. You don't have to. Not saying any names. Not going to say any names, but more than welcome to. And that's fine if you don't, because I will do the show myself. I think that moving on, I know I did an episode of moving on, and by the way, there are 2 different things, because reflecting is all about thinking and progression. It is. And the fine line is, mustard squirrel. The fine line is dwelling. What is not conducive to your mental health. It's not. But realizing your errors and mistakes and changing your mindset is. You're welcome, mustard squirrel. Let's just try to be positive. You were blocked for a reason, but now you're unblocked, because one of the things that I do believe in is forgiveness. And maturity will be probably tomorrow's lesson, and forgiveness will probably be the day after that. I'm not going to mention why you were. It's not the here nor there for that. But I did reflect. And I figured, even though I took a few wrenches away and I hid some people, I also did unhide people. You happen to be one of them, mustard squirrel. I do believe in second chances, third chances, and even fourth, and so on, or whenever the mood strikes me. Although you having someone's avatar with a bullet hole through their head does kind of make me worry. I don't agree with that. And if you are a gun owner, you might want to reconsider that. Moving on. So reflecting. It's all about intelligence and maturity, isn't it? Thinking about oneself, reflecting on, and you don't have to just reflect on yourself. Well, that's a good thing. You don't have to just reflect on yourself. You can reflect on situations, people, places, things, your choices, other people's choices. And if those people, the people around you, reflecting on that, are they conducive to your betterment? Do they help you out? Reflecting on numerous things. What you're going to eat, where you're going to go, or what you're going to do that day. Who helps you out? Who doesn't help you out? Hindsight's always 2020. If you're intelligent enough. Because I guess sometimes hindsight's not 2020, where you did something correct, but you have hindsight and reflect, and maybe you might make the wrong choice in the future. I don't think anybody's ever thought about that. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. Are you capable enough to reflect? Do you take time out of your day to think? I know some people say 24 hours, there's not enough hours in the day. I will put you in every single time. When I do these lives, I need to lock that damn cage door. I'm going to try to see hindsight reflecting. I always try to leave the dog's cage door open so he can roam. But every single time when I do a live, you shoot me up. That's what I thought. Cage. 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 1 moment. I hate interruptions. Oh, I forgot to do one thing because I know this person's going to try to call my phone. Do not disturb. I have a man stalker, by the way. Regret giving my phone number out to a certain individual. Anyways, reflecting. I just reflected right there. Making better decisions in your life. We should always try to make better decisions in our lives. Because if we make the right decision, then we won't have to use hindsight. We don't have to reflect. But no one is perfect, are they? Neither myself, you, or anyone else is perfect. That's why we reflect. That's why we use hindsight. Just to make ourselves understand what we go through. Life doesn't have to be hard. Everyone makes mistakes every day. And that is actually, I'm pretty sure, Dirty Castle Cook, that you think. And it does take humility to admit to oneself that you make mistakes every day. Not a lot of people do. Can admit that to themselves or even in public, like you have just done, which does take courage, self-awareness. I respect that about you, Turkey. That's good. That's good. A lot of people can use that trendy word, narcissism, and it shows that you aren't that narcissistic, that you admitted to yourself that you make mistakes. A lot of people can't. That's right. Giving people the praise or the credit that they truly deserve. A lot of people that are self-involved, have large ego, can't appreciate others when they make the right decisions. I don't think we give enough praise, or or what's that word I'm looking for? Compliments, I guess, to certain people. People just speak about themselves and are very self-involved and selfish when we should appreciate others and reflect on that. We should appreciate others and what they do for us. I feel like we don't do enough. Not enough positivity goes around. I feel. And it's sad, really. That's why the world is at its state. People are negative, and to make more positivity, we have to. It starts with us. It starts with yourself. Reflecting and then pushing out, projecting positivity. That word projecting is often used in negativity, but you can project positivity or that other trendy popular word, manifest. You can manifest positivity in yourself and project it forward. What is that phrase? Pay it forward. Now that phrase is usually said with positivity. And I like that phrase. I like positive phrases. I don't like negative, trendy words. I like positive phrases. Pay it forward. There was a movie about it. Pay it forward. And that's what we need to do. Pay compliments forward. Giving out cash, monetarily speaking, when people need it. That's paying it forward. Doing random acts of kindness. Another positive, trendy phrase. Pay it forward. And that is what we should try to strive for, to achieve, to do better. There's another trendy phrase, to do better, which is, some people say it in a negative way, but honestly, it does. It has a positive connotation to it. Paying it forward, doing better, growth, reflecting on that. Should have reflected and made this coffee better, and you shouldn't have rushed it. It's fine. Should have added some cream and sugar. I'm starting to change a little bit, but this one's black. It's fine. Thank you, Captain America. And I think you have grown yourself, Captain America. I remember when you went by, you were a little, and you were slightly negative, but now you're positive. I've seen your growth. I pay attention. And I'm glad you have recognized mine as well. See, recognizing growth in others helps us grow. It does. We learn. You never stop learning until the day you die. Unless you're stubborn and you want to be ignorant and you push it away. I guess that happens. But you stunt your own growth if you don't communicate. Communication doesn't have to end with speaking with others. Communicate with yourself. Meditation, prayer, thinking out loud, thinking to yourself, speaking out loud, even when you're by yourself, verbalizing your own thoughts into words, manifesting positivity. And that in itself is reflecting. Right? I think it is. How do you reflect? How do you personally reflect? One can go to church or the mosque or the temple, reading the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, religion. People use religion to reflect in themselves. Some people reflect with YouTube. such as myself. I read the Bible as well. But speaking out loud like this helps people think. And it doesn't just have to be philosophy. People reflect with stream sniping, restreaming, simulcasting. People watch others. Now, usually it's negative. You can reflect negatively. It's not all positive, but I mean, we shouldn't try to do that, but people do. That's how people reflect. They see the errors when they stream snipe or restream. They see negativity in others and they don't want to do it themselves. That's why people restream, subconsciously speaking. I think that's what they do. And they show others through their stream sniping of what people shouldn't be doing to their audience. Like, hey, this guy's a dumbass. Let's not do this. And yes, people do make fun of other people through restreaming and stream sniping and all that. I guess in a negative situation, you can find positivity on how not to act. Yeah, I think it's limited. I don't think a lot of stream snipers try to think about the positivity, but they like to show how ignorant someone else is. Thank you, Mr. Squirrel. Check out my older lives from this year. So, how can we better influence? Yeah, I guess I'll stick with the YouTube thing for a second. How can we, if we stream snipe someone and we don't think that they're living their life correctly, and we really shouldn't judge, by the way, because we need to fix it on ourselves. How do we help the people that you restream or stream snipe or simulcast? How do you help them? They said you can in a certain way, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Another catchy, trendy phrase. Well, sometimes it is what you say, because that's not even true. Sometimes it is what you say, and it's how you say it's both. Because people don't like criticism, even if we call it constructive criticism. People don't like to be told what to do or how to do it. Or some people don't even like advice, whether it be positive. Also, if it's negative, people don't like it either. So how can we help them? I guess that's up to you. Coming at them with positivity is how it's what you say, how you say it, and the tone of voice. It's called speech communications. You have to be intellectual yourself, because if you come at someone the wrong way, they're going to think that you're ignorant or stupid, and you shouldn't be coming at them with advice, because they're not going to treat you with the respect you think you deserve. Hindsight. If you're going to give someone advice through your restreaming or stream sniping, you must be on point yourself. Because no one will take you seriously. Right? Or at least the person you're stream sniping won't. And obviously, it's happened. Not only will the person that you're stream sniping or restreaming or simulcasting won't take you seriously, they're going to get a fan base. It's happened many, many times, and it will continue to happen. If your goal is to help someone else, that's if your goal is to help someone else. But in a lot of cases, it's not. And in real life. And you can put that in real life. Everyday situations. At work, whether it be your coworker, your boss, you can give your boss advice. You can reflect on how they treat you, how they are. If you want them to treat you better, whether it be your boss or your coworker, it's all how you speak to people. Getting your point across, but in a constructive way, and not sounding like you're giving them negative criticism. You can express your feelings through positivity, limiting cursing, not over speaking people, not yelling at people, mild temperament, not coming off as, I guess, a douchebag. You can, I'm not saying manipulate, but there's that phrase. What is that phrase called? You gather more flies with honey than vinegar. Someone told me that earlier through a text earlier this week. And I like that. And it's true, it's an old phrase, but someone told me that, and I agree. I have someone that I look to for advice, and they give it to me, and I respect them for that. Everyone needs help, even if it's advice. It doesn't have to be anything further than that, but it can be. And sometimes we need to take their advice and listen. It helps us reflect. It gives us hindsight. And sometimes you can't do it all yourself. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you need to listen. Hearing people out. There's some. Yes, we should be self-aware, and we should stand on our own 2 feet. Being a lone wolf, it helps, but most of us, not me, most of us have families, children, a spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, father, mother. So we can't really do it on our own, where we are, I guess for lack of a better word, forced to take on advice and criticism from other people, family, friends, bosses, and even coworkers. But we have to listen, because you can't really say "F you" not all the time. The world doesn't work that way. The world doesn't work that way. We have to we have to be humble, I guess, in everything that we do. I think we should self-reflect on most things, most of our decisions. Every day you're going to, well, I'm not talking about like what I'm going to eat for breakfast. I'm not talking about that. Well, maybe what you put in your body, we have to reflect on most decisions that we make every day. Everyone's going to make a decision every day. That's the little things in life that we may not think about. You make decisions every single day of your life. Just make sure they benefit your life, whether you eat something or how you treat people or what you're going to do that day, what you're not going to do that day, how you think. Your day starts off with waking up in the morning and thinking of what I'm going to do next. That's how you live. Are you going to eat before you take a shower? Are you not going to take a shower, then go to work and start your day? Are you going to go to work? You're going to call that day off. Choices. Reflecting on the decisions that you make. Are the people in your life conducive to a healthy behavior? Are you going to do the right thing? Or do you want to do the wrong thing? Reflecting. Better decisions. And reflecting and getting hindsight of how people treat you, how the situation treats you. It's all about, I guess, in the end, mental stability and the progression of your life, whether it be financially or your health, your happiness. We should think about our own happiness, shouldn't we? think we should. We should be happy, being content. We should be content with ourselves. Making sure that, you know what, making other people happy. It's a thing we're faced with every day. Yeah, I think I've reflected on things of the past, reflect on things, the future. You reflect your decisions going forward in the future, trying to make the best possible outcome for your life in the future. I guess you can't have hindsight when you reflect for decisions that you may make in the future. So, okay, that will be one thing you can't have hindsight in because you have to experience it first. But you can reflect on this decisions that you've made in the past, reflect on decisions that you're currently making, and that will help you reflect on decisions that you will make in the future. I think so. Keeping that in mind will help you be a better inspiration to the people around you. The betterment of yourself helps other people. And maybe you don't care about inspiring others, but whether you want to be or not, you can inspire others, whether you know it or not. So it is good to reflect, to think. The yearning and the thirst for knowledge and being a better you. And we should always keep that in mind. Life is short, so why wouldn't you want to be the best you that you can possibly be? I know I want to be. That's why I made changes. That's why I made changes in life. Yesterday I had to make a couple hard decisions. I didn't even like it. I didn't, truth be told. I had to reflect and spoke with someone, and I had a conversation, and that person gave me constructive criticism, which I appreciated. Thank you to that person, helping me make the right decision. And they said something I already knew, but hearing it from someone else made it that much more easy to make that decision. Decisions aren't always going to be easy, and sometimes you got to hear it from someone else, and then you can reflect on their statements, and that can make you a better you. Yeah. And when someone gives you advice, I think them giving you advice can make them a better them. It's like the domino theory, which I've mentioned in the past. Positivity, projecting positivity. When they're giving you good advice, you accept it, and that makes them a better person as well. And maybe they'll reflect on the decisions and what they say to other people, and then they'll reflect. And it keeps going, and it keeps going, and it keeps going, pushing positivity in different avenues, making you more intelligent and them making themselves more intelligent by giving good advice. And then you can give good advice, and in turn, give them good advice. Eye for an eye, so to speak. Yeah. And it's weird. You can get good advice from younger people or older people or people that you wouldn't even expect to give you advice. And you never know. Sometimes you have to listen and reflect on who is giving you the advice. Make sure it's coming from a person of equal intelligence, or that person has more intelligence than you. And sometimes, honestly, younger people can have more intelligence than you in certain situations. Never underestimate anybody. Anybody, whether it be gender, age, race, all that. Don't sleep on people. Because sometimes they can give you advice and you wouldn't even see it coming. Good advice. Just reflect on the person that's giving you the advice. And if it's conducive, take it. Take the advice. Right? I think so. Yeah. I reflect all the time, as you can see. I put myself around people that lesser intelligence that I would hope to have in people. So that's why I'm breaking away from certain communities, because it's just not beneficial towards me mentally and with my own growth. So you have to recognize that in yourself. Sometimes it takes a long process. And obviously, when we want to expedite the time, because we only have a limited amount of time. So use your time wisely. When you reflect, time is money. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We should make sure that when we reflect, it helps out everyone. Don't be selfish with your own thoughts. If you have people in your life, I'm limited to people in my life, but so that makes it easier for me to think and evolve as a person. But when you have a lot of people in your life, and many of us do have a lot of people in our lives, I'm not going to lie, it makes it harder. It does. You would think groups of people will make it easier, but in this day and age, people have their own thoughts and ideas, and usually a lot of the time their thoughts don't reflect yours, and you have to compromise. Whether you give a little, they give a little, and you get a little, and they get a little in return. Compromise. So you're going to have to keep that in mind. And what I tried to do yesterday and the day before, I tried to be a nice person, and I wanted people to come on my panel and give their own philosophical takes. And honestly, it didn't happen because those people, one person is philosophical and has thoughts, but the maturity was lacking in every single one of those people that I brought up, unfortunately. And unfortunately, I had to block one of those people. Hide them. And I'm not going to unhide them. Unfortunately, that person will be out of my life for good. And that's the decision. That was my reflection in hindsight. I had to make that decision, unfortunately. You have to have people in your life that match your maturity. And yes, that sounded like I said I'm better than that person. I get it. Well, take it as you will. Take it as you will. When I first started this YouTube channel, I came in here. That person said, don't forget where you came from. Well, you know what? I know where I came from. I came in this alone. That's where I came from. I came from starting a channel where I was helping out people doing sleep streams, shower streams, mukbangs, meditation, yoga, relaxation. That's why I changed my name back to relaxation. That's where I came from. I came from myself. Only had myself, growing my channel by myself. Unfortunately, I fell into a community that was bottom of YouTube. A troll community to me over the bottom of YouTube. I met someone from the bottom of YouTube. And I'm better than that person. Unfortunately, they're not on the same mental maturity that I'm in. That's why I blocked that person yesterday. So I know that it's not being cocky. It's just knowing who you are, having your own validation in yourself. And that's why I'm thinking to myself, I need to do these philosophical conversations by myself until I surround myself with other people that have the same mental maturity as myself. Look, Caparo. Yes. Speaking of maturity, there is my very, very mature friend, Caparo. Hello, Caparo. And I do like a good laugh now and then. I don't have to be philosophical all the time. However, when I do these, yes, I do expect a certain maturity level from people, whether you be in chat or in I'll invite very limited people. There's like 2 or 3 people I will invite on my panel. They know who they are. And honestly, yeah, I know you're joking, Kapara, but a lot of people do reflect and do think when they're using the restroom. Tell you the truth, a lot of people do that. You know, it's a joke, and they're kidding, but a lot of people, when they use a restroom, they think to themselves. Some people think to themselves and reflect when they're laying in bed, they're about to pass out, go to sleep. Sometimes people reflect when they just wake up and they're still laying in bed. That is actually, you know what? I'm gonna highlight that. That's actually profound. In a sense, I don't know if you were being serious, but yes, the best jokes are based in truth. Every joke has not every joke. A lot of jokes have truth in it. A lot of jokes do. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And you being a comedian, you know that. You're not stupid, Cabral. You're intelligent. That's why you have good humor. That's why you have good comedy, because you're intelligent. Now, you're very jokey, yes. And hopefully this live is helping you, by the way, Cabral, to be a better person, to grow yourself. And I do like your comedy. You're kind of a dick, but, you're funny. By the way, I don't need a wig man. But yes, thank you for your help. Don't let that get it. Right. Yeah. So, sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just doing certain things. When we reflect, it shows maturity, and I like to think that a person in their 30s, 40s, and 50s has a certain maturity level where you can reflect. A lot of young people don't. Some young people do. There are people when they're younger, sometimes because they're going to school, whether they're in high school or college, graduate school, whatever, or whether they lived a hard life. Young people, 20s, I'm saying, even in their early 30s, young people, 30s, 20s, sometimes it can show in their 20s, a person such as my age in their 40s, a viewpoint, a vantage point of different thinking, a way to reflect. I have not met many people, but I have met people, and currently this year. And you should hold on to those people, the people that can better your life. And in doing so, help them, because it's a two-way street. If they help you, you should not feel an obligation, but wanting to help people, because that's what life should be about. Making people happy, making yourself happy. It's in turn, it does itself. There he is, jokey Caparo. Funny joke. I'm not going to pin it, but it could be taken as serious, but it made me laugh, Caparo. Some people, in hindsight, I was, alrighty then. People can help you. It doesn't matter what their age is. If they have something profound to say, Caparo, because everyone is human and learn. Everyone can learn from something from other people. Is what I'm saying, Caparo. It doesn't really matter the age. In certain subjects, people can say things that can help you out. Yes, Caparo, this is philosophy. Yeah. I think philosophy can tie in with religion, but philosophy can also tie in with other things as helping out others. And I guess we should always want to help out others. I will probably have to look that name up. I'm not going to mention the name because you do drop names where, you're just making a joke. But I'll look that up. Carl, thank you for referencing a name I've never heard of. And I don't know every philosopher. If that is a philosopher, I don't know every single philosopher. Sometimes I don't even know big names. But I will do the old Goog search on that person's name, and hopefully you didn't lead me astray, Caparo. All right. Okay, so he's a comedian. Okay. I'll do that. Not right now, but I'll do that later. Thank you for helping me learn someone else. That is very helpful, I guess. Thank you. Yeah. And honestly, doing these philosophical chats with people has, I guess, shown them a different light, a different side of me. And I feel like I've gained some respect from people that I wouldn't have had respect from other people, such as Caparo. We used to be at odds. Mustard Squirrel, we used to be at odds. But there are a lot. They think of me in a different way, and I appreciate that. And I think of them in a different way. And so when you try to better yourself and change yourself, others will see it. Others will recognize it. Even some people you didn't like, and people in the future that you meet. And sometimes they will change their own mindset, reflecting. It happens. It does happen. You should always be appreciative when someone tries to change, because they'll change. The domino theory. Yeah. bettering yourself possibly betters others. And I guess, and was speaking about oneself, but you know what? In groups, you can reflect at the same time, like family units, friends, at the work site. Bosses and coworkers can reflect with each other. How can you improve the situation? Hmm. Yeah, that can happen. Just thinking out loud, guys. I'm spitballing here. Hmm. And reflecting right now, honestly, I know I'm not getting the views I'm looking at myself or my viewpoint, right? Or how many views I'm getting. I'm getting a lot lower than yesterday and the day before. Apparently, drama does sell. But I like this better. I like the content that I'm putting out now. And 3 days ago and the days prior to that, I like it better. Even though I didn't have the numbers, I think this is more beneficial towards me. And it will grow. It will help out people eventually. I know the drama sold yesterday and the day before, but I didn't feel good about myself when I was, and I'm reflecting right now, by the way. I didn't feel good about myself. And I don't want the people that care about me now to think lesser than who I am. Because I'm not about the drama. Not anymore. I don't want to be about that life anymore. Never really was. It's kind of forced into it. And I like thinking, I like being a better person. I like being happy. And the drama stuff doesn't make you happy. It doesn't. It fills a void, but it fills a negative void. And it just produces more negativity, bitterness, resentfulness. This projects and manifests positivity. And I hope I can do that with people, the limited people that are in here, the limited people that will watch. But it will grow. Funny, funny, funny. I really hope you're learning from this car. That's why you're not coming on my panel ever in your life. Um, yeah, but don't. If you ever do panels, Kapara, don't seclude me from your panels. Yeah, that's right. Stay classy, Kapara. Stay classy. I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna breathe. That. I made you laugh. Yep. When I read back the comments at the end of this, I'm not gonna read those last two comments, Kapara. I hope you understand. All right, cool. Yeah, you know, tell you the truth, I think this has come to a close. With those last two comments, I think I said what I wanted to say about reflecting and hindsight. Always leave it on a good note. I think I put out good content today, and I hope everyone has taken something out of this. And I will. I'm gonna read the comment section. I know there's not a lot of comments, unfortunately, but I'll start. I'll start reading the comments. And because I know there are other three big content creators that are putting out stuff. I probably chose the wrong time to do this. I think reflecting, I'm starting to learn that mid-afternoon probably isn't the best time to do it. So I probably go back to my original time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when I think reflecting. Yeah. And I want people to see I do want to grow. I just don't think 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock or even 2 o'clock is a good time to do this because that's when people want to do this. Even that night, like on a Saturday, 9 p.m., either people are going out or people are putting out when I say going out, I mean in real life, like going to a bar or going to a club. That's when people go out on a Saturday and a Friday. And or on YouTube, that's when people put out content. It's 9 p.m., but I think I did really well at 9 p.m. every single day. So I'm going to go back to that. I tried something new. It did work. Well, it does work for the drama content. It does when you go at 11, 12, 1, or 2. But putting out philosophical conversations works better at 9 p.m. So with that said, let me read the comments. Kaparo writes, "Hey, buddy." Kaparo also writes, "Did you do your homework?" No, I usually come when I do these philosophical chats. I like to go with just doing it spur of the moment. Captain America writes, "Ruski late as I'm late as you." Yeah, I know. I was doing other stuff. Kaparo writes, "He pushed back the time to do his homework. He's watching." Not gonna read the rest of that. Captain America writes, "Ruski fell asleep. LOL." Kaparo also writes, for some reason he wrote it again. "Hey, buddy." Kaparo writes, "Slightly." Kaparo writes, "No judgment like Planet Fitness." Okay. Kaparo writes, "Oh, is that what your message was?" Yes, the message is philosophical conversations with reflecting and hindsight. No, Kaparo, I didn't write you any messages. Yeah, I'm not going to have you on my panel. You haven't checked it. No, well, I didn't write you anything. Kaparo writes, "Rue, where you been, dude?" "I was busy." Captain America writes, "No problem." Kaparo writes, "I can't anyways," and he was referring to paneling up, but it wasn't meant for you. Kaparo writes, "Thanks." Kaparo writes, or Captain America writes, "Damn it, Rue." That means, I'm assuming when Captain America wrote "Damn it, Rue," that means he was upset that he's not allowed on panel. Sorry, you guys. I have to be 100% sure that we're going to do mature philosophical conversations, and reflecting in hindsight 2020, the people that I had the last 2 days were not up to the task of doing such things. Either their maturity level and their intelligence wasn't on point, or they have ADD, which one person is intelligent and can hold a conversation for a little while, but their ADD kicked in and they were trying to go back to the drama conversations, which, by the way, and they were like, "I don't want to talk about football. This is a philosophical chat and it's not your live or channel, so you are most welcome to leave." And they didn't get the point, so I had to hide that person, unfortunately. So that person will no longer be coming on my panel or even in chat, and their wrench was taken away, unfortunately. Paul writes, "I'm better." Captain America writes, "Messing with you, trying to make you feel better." And you did, Captain America. Thank you. Paul writes, "No hard feelings." All right. Durkee writes, "Hello, Risky." Captain America writes, "Nice topic. Thank you." Durkee writes, Mustard Score writes, "Hi." Durkee writes, "What's up, Kaparo?" Mustard Score writes, "Thanks for unblocking me, Rue. I appreciate that." Well, you're welcome, Mustard Squirrel. Mustard Squirrel writes and says hello to Durkee. Mustard Squirrel writes, "I don't know why you blocked me." Well, now is not the time to discuss that, Mustard Squirrel. I have my reasons, but I did unblock you. Durkee writes, "Hello, Mustard." Fist bump. Mustard writes, "Thanks, man." Mustard Squirrel writes, "No worries." Captain America writes, "Hello, Mustard Squirrel." Mustard Squirrel writes, Mustard Squirrel says, "Captain America, salute." Durkee writes, "What's up, Captain America?" Captain America writes, "Hey, Durkee." Durkee writes, "I make mistakes every day." Turkey writes, also Pound Fist. Okay. Captain America writes, I like the new Ruski. Well, this is actually the old Ruski from when I started my channel about a year ago. I just fell into a troll community which changed my direction, and I'm changing it back. I'm taking it back. Mustard Skull writes, no problem. Kabar writes, speaking of reflecting, I just okay. Kabar writes, that's where I ponder the mysteries of the universe. Yes, in the restroom. I get it. Kaparo writes, the best jokes are based in truth, and I do agree with that. Kaparo writes, I have a reputation to keep. You do. Being a dick. That's right. That's right, Kaparo. I get it. Kaparo writes, I reflected, and now I consider 20. Okay. Kaparo writes, in hindsight, I was right. Kaparo writes, that's type the name in with comedy. Kaparo writes, Jerry Seinfeld's favorite comic. Okay. Kaparo is all ears. Kaparo writes, comedy is the best medicine, so they say. I guess you're right. Kaparo writes, I say the best medicine is medicine. Right? Kaparo writes, do it in the voice of people who made the. I'm not gonna try to. No. Okay. Kaparo writes, Turkey said hi, and that is all. That is all the comments. And thank you for tuning in. It's been about an hour, and I'm going to end it. Thank you all for coming. Tune in tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am going to wrap this up. So again, take care of yourself and each other. Goodbye for now.